Welcome to Vancouver Business Network. We support entrepreneurs to learn, to network, and to grow. I'm Roger Killen, the organizer. Vancouver Business Network's weekly meetup for entrepreneurs. Weekly meetup for entrepreneurs is brought to you by TELUS Business, the fastest and most reliable pure fiber broadband network in Metro Vancouver. Our speaker is Business Growth Accelerator Tammy Lane. Tammy is fiercely committed to guiding service-based entrepreneurs to finding their profit sweet spots and building automatic systems for consistently welcoming new clients. Tammy is a former certified professional accountant who grew her first business to 7 figures in less than 6 months. Her insights and perspectives have been featured in Forbes Magazine, on NBC, CBC, Fox, and many other media outlets. Her client-generated Facebook ad systems are valued by luminaries, including millionaire maker Lauren Langenmeyer, the coach of coaches Christian Mickelson, and many others, who are eager to unleash a faucet of never-ending, high-quality leads, clients, and sales for their growing business. Members of Vancouver Business Network, it's time now for you to give Tammy Lane a warm VBN welcome.
Okay, so there's this genie, and he granted this salesman a wish. And the salesman says, you know what, I love Hawaii, but I hate boats and I'm afraid to fly. I want you to build me a highway from here to Hawaii. And the genie says, 3,000 miles of asphalt and concrete, sinking the pilings in the Pacific Ocean, that's impossible. And so the salesman says, that's fine. I want you to get my Facebook ads working for me. And the genie says to him, would you like a 1-lane highway to Hawaii or 2? Now, I know many of you I've been talking to you, have tried Facebook ads before, some of you with great success and some of you with not so much success. So what we're going to talk about today is paving your way to all the client flow you want using Facebook ads to create that automatic flow of clients that you've been looking for. So Roger mentioned that I'm a CPA, and maybe you'll agree I'm not necessarily your typical accountant, and they didn't necessarily take me seriously in the management there, but I had a knack for finding tens of thousands of dollars that clients were stepping over in their businesses, and I've helped hundreds of clients put millions of dollars of cash in their pockets. But what I did now is I took that knowledge and expertise in marketing and profit systems, and today I help entrepreneurs create that automatic flow of clients by igniting their Facebook faucet. What I found is that a lot of businesses are really playing the lottery with their marketing, and what they're doing is they've got no system and they've got no consistent way for bringing in clients. So what I help them do is unleash that flow of clients by using effective Facebook advertising that really can be quite inexpensive once you get going. And that's what we're going to be talking to you about today. Now, I know all about playing the lottery in your business, though, because when I first started in business, I had helped hundreds of small businesses put more money in their pocket, and I thought I knew a thing or two about business, but I was brand new to online marketing, and I thought I had a few things to learn about online marketing, but that within 6 months, it would be totally reasonable to replace my 6-figure income. A year after blogging and posting and doing all the things that everyone said I should be doing, I really didn't have a lot to show for it. I was bringing in a few clients here or there, but I really didn't have a consistent way of bringing in clients. And I know that many of you have left a previous position. Some of you are talking about leaving a previous position to go out there and build that dream the same way that I did. My goal for you today is to show you a way where you can make it possible a lot faster than I did when I didn't particularly know what I was doing online. And I tried a lot of things that didn't end up working to bring in clients in the long run. So what I'm going to share with you today is some simple, powerful, effective tools and strategies for unleashing Facebook advertising in your business. Now, what I'm going to focus on today has a lot to do with the strategy you're going to use around your Facebook ads. It's the piece that so many people miss out on when they go to do Facebook ads, about 80 to 90% of the people I talk to who have tried Facebook ads unsuccessfully, the biggest piece of the pie that they're missing out on is the strategy. So I'm going to focus a lot on that, because if you don't get that right, nothing else you ever do, even if you get the best targeting in the world and the best ad copy and the best ad images, none of that's going to work for you to create advertising that's going to work on Facebook. And I'm all about the fact that this is just bigger than you bringing in clients using Facebook ads, because Facebook ads can be a business builder in terms of it can help you fix everything else in your business that's not working. I'm going to talk to you about that system of how you can know exactly what's converting and what's not converting by using Facebook ads in a teeny tiny ad budget to do it. So today, my number one goal for you will be to know if Facebook ads will work for you in your particular business, because they don't work for everybody. So I'm going to talk about that, help you know if they're a fit. Show you how the heck to do it, even if you're tech challenged. So we've got some shortcut techniques for you that make it pretty darn easy to get started with Facebook ads. And what works and what doesn't work on Facebook. There's been a lot of updates this year, and so maybe you've been hearing things here and there, a few legal lawsuits and things like that. I'm going to address some of that stuff for you so you can really be up to date with what's going on and what's going to work on Facebook. Anybody remember Candy Crush? Well, I might have made fun of my teenagers for playing Candy Crush almost every day about how much time they were wasting. And one day they were convinced me that I was going to try just one game. And so I got on there, and 127 hours of playing Candy Crush later, I was addicted. And I know that that is what a lot of people are doing in their businesses too. You're spending a lot of time working on marketing strategies and creating content and all those things, and you're not really getting a result in return for it. So what we're going to talk about today is those measurable results that you can get using Facebook ads to know exactly how many clients are coming in, how profitable that is, and what kind of revenue streams that you're creating. Now, back when I started in 2007, I up and quit my corporate job without a business plan, not a wise decision for a CPA to take. However, I dove all in, and I just had seen all the things that could happen with online marketing, and I really had a vision of this big, huge impact I could have in the world, and I was going to do it by getting in front of people online. Now, this is more what I looked like about 6 months in when nothing was working for me. Now, a year into my business, I had more than 250 blog articles on my website. I had over 1,000 social media posts that I had done in my business, and I still was not creating consistent cash flow in my business. And I really was struggling to figure out why. Nobody told me how long SEO takes to get listed in the top search engine results. A couple years in, I was starting to see those results, but not in the time frame that I needed to be to stay in business. So what happened is I got this email from Facebook, and they had this brand new style of Facebook ads out, and they invited me to come and try them. And in my head, I had visions that online marketing was totally free, right? Anybody think online marketing is totally free? I thought starting an online business was free. And so I had some preconceived notions about that it took me a bit to get over. But as soon as I got started with the Facebook ads, I got my work in front of thousands of people within the first few days, and I was hooked, because in that entire year of business, I probably hadn't gotten my work in front of several hundred people, let alone several thousand. But what happened was I had this free gift that I had worked this. Everybody know what a lead magnet is? You give away a free gift, and somebody's going to give you their name and email address in exchange for it. So I had this free gift that I had created, honestly spent months creating. And when I got it out there on Facebook, what I realized is nobody actually wanted that free gift. They weren't signing on the dotted line with their name and email address, even though I'd gotten my ads in front of thousands of people. What I realized was I had kind of thrown all my marketing and systems background out the window when I got started on Facebook, and I hadn't tested. So one of the first things that I want to talk to you about is the testing process that's really, really important when you get started on Facebook. Now, a lot of my clients, when they come to me if they've tried Facebook ads, what they've done is they've gone and thrown up an ad on Facebook, one set of copy, one image, and they spend a little bit or a lot of money on that ad, and they come away with something that's not working, right? I call that playing the lottery in your business. And so what I did is I came back to the drawing board, and I started testing out what would work and what didn't work. Now, I didn't change my free gift that I was giving away. I just changed the way that I was talking about it in my ad copy. So it took me about 3 days of testing to get my free gift changed over. Now, everybody know what a webinar is? So my strategy was I was going to bring them in with a free gift, and I was going to get them registered for a webinar so I could talk to them about what I was doing. And so what happened was after I got my free gift all sorted out, I then went on to run ads for about another week, and I ended up getting 3,000 people registered for my very first webinar. Now, I was also freaked out about the tech challenges of my first webinar, and back then the platforms weren't so reliable. But 3,000 people, and I was pretty darn excited because I most definitely had not gotten in front of 3,000 people in my whole previous year in business. So I hopped on the webinar, and I'm pretty darn excited, right? 3,000 people. I'm all worried about the tech stuff, but it actually goes very smoothly. We get an hour into the webinar roughly, and I make my invitation to come work for me, and that invitation was a $297 online program. And shortly after I make the invitation, I see my phone light up and I get a notification that somebody has just bought my $297 program. And I am pretty darn happy that this is now working. And I'm doing the money dance in my head, and I'm like redecorating my living room and paying off my bills and going on vacation. And so I'm pretty happy that I've seen this notification. And so I carry on making my invitation for about another 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm noticing I'm not getting any more flashes on my phone. And I thought maybe something technical had happened that I wasn't seeing the notifications. But in the end, I did not make a single other $297 sale. So I had 2,007 people show up on that webinar, 1 person buy. And if you're a math wizard, that's like a 0.0001% conversion. Very, very awesome. So I went back to the drawing board, and what I realized was I'm coming back to that testing process again, because after I had got my free gift working, I hadn't run a single other ad test out there. So I came back to the drawing board. We got our ads run, tested out, and this time I tested the language on my offer. So do you remember back when I said I was going to talk about strategy and how you can use Facebook ads to fix all the things in your business that aren't working? Well, that's what I did with the webinar offer. Testing out the language of my offer in the Facebook ads. And very shortly thereafter, I got a little bit smarter this time, and I started putting out 100 people onto a webinar instead of 3,000 people, and started testing out my conversions. And every webinar got a little bit better because I tested it out with my ads to hone in on the language that my clients were using to describe their problem and what they most wanted from me. And so that is one of the most significant things that we can do with your Facebook ads, is really figure out what your clients are going to respond to in a really great way. So within 6 weeks, we had ramped up to $100,000 in revenue. And within 6 months later, we had broken through $3 million a year in revenue. So Facebook ads, a couple really important things that are there. Number one thing is we're going to talk about the testing process in just a little bit, because it is critical to your success. About 80 to 90% of the ads that you see on Facebook are actually not profitable. And so if you're going out there and copying things that are on Facebook, in all likelihood, they're not profitable, because either people don't know what they're doing, or they're running through their own testing process to figure out what's working and what's not working. And so that's the most critical piece, is the testing and the strategy that we're going to talk about in just a second. Now, the other thing I hear all the time is how expensive Facebook ads are. And what I want you to know is that you can get started for a teeny tiny ad budget. The ad budget that we recommend starting with for that testing process is a $10 a day budget. Now, we work with clients who spend oftentimes thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars on their ads, and still we start them off with a teeny tiny ad budget to figure out what works and what doesn't. There's no point in throwing money away. And the smallest ad budget that you can get started with is a $5 a day budget. It's like a Starbucks coffee, and you can get started bringing in clients using Facebook ads. What we want to do is invest that tiny little bit of money into your ads during the testing process. Run out your testing process and get it working and profitable, and then reinvest some of your money back into your ads so you can then scale your budget. And that's how we were able to so quickly scale up to $3 million in 6 months, is because once we have our system working and clients are responding to the language we're putting out there and our system works, we can invest more money in our ads to scale up. That's one of the reasons why I love Facebook ads so much, is because they're all under your own control. You're not waiting to get a listing on Google, and you're not waiting for a partner to share you and no one else. It's all under your own control. So one of the things I love most about Facebook ads is actually the freedom that they can create in your business, because you're not having to be posting and writing blog articles and all of those things. Many people are surprised to know that I don't actually create Facebook posts for our Facebook business page, or rarely create Facebook posts for a Facebook business page. Oftentimes people think if you're getting started on Facebook that you actually have to post all the time. But the reality of it is that Facebook has significantly changed what they're showing clients online, and very rarely are they showing your business post to even people who have liked your business page anymore. And so relying on that kind of strategy is a surefire way to slowly go bankrupt. What we want to create for you is a system that's going to work without you being involved in it, so that you can create the freedom in your life that you want. Now for me, I got 3 kids at home. It's about not traveling except on vacation so much, and it's about not missing soccer games and all those things, and getting to create experiences for my kids as they want. For you, freedom might look a little bit different. Maybe it's leaving a job, or being able to travel, or being able to work wherever you want to work from, so that you can stop working so hard in your business. Now, according to Forbes Magazine, only 4% of businesses make enough money in profits in order to keep staying in business. And my mission in life is to crush that fact and really get businesses off and running, being profitable almost in the quickest way possible, not putting in the year that I did where I wasn't making any money. Because if we are not making money in our businesses, there's only so long that we can go for before we're going to run out of money. So I want to talk to you about the 3 biggest mistakes that people make that lead to them not getting their work in front of enough people and not converting with their Facebook ads. Now, the first problem that people have is they rely on posting and friending and messaging and those kinds of things. I call that free exposure, because in reality, it's not free. You're investing a lot of time and energy and effort in creating those free posts. And what it is that your interests are not aligned with Facebook's interests if you're posting on Facebook, for example, right? That's what happened in January. They updated how they're showing your messages, your business posts on Facebook, because they were making more room for advertisers, because they wanted to grow their revenue, and now they're making more room for advertisements. So a lot of people who had built up tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people who'd liked their business pages suddenly went from getting hundreds of thousands of views on their posts and their videos and all that stuff, down to minimal amounts of traffic viewing their posts. And so it can all get taken away in an instant. But the thing about any kind of paid ads, and Facebook included in there, is when you're paying to run ads on a platform, your interests are aligned with that platform's interests, because the more money you make with your ads, the more money you're going to invest in your ads, and the more money Facebook makes. So we want to get you out of relying on that free traffic where you're investing a lot of your time and energy in there. The second mistake is what I call paying the beginner tax. Now, the beginner tax, I get it why people do it, because it's so easy. If you are boosting posts on Facebook, you are paying the beginner tax. And the beginner tax is that making your ads more expensive because you don't have the same options that you do if you're going to be running ads. Now, the better way to run your ads on Facebook is possibly through Ads Manager, and it's the place I recommend you get started, through Ads Manager. So Ads Manager, a lot of people, the reason why they don't get started in Ads Manager is because it can feel kind of technical, right? So when you hop in there, there's a lot of form fields to fill out, and it can feel overwhelming. But if you just keep in mind that Ads Manager is just an online order form that you're going to fill out to order your ads from Facebook. You're going to tell them where you want your ads to run, and you're going to tell them what you want your ads to look like, and then they're going to go and run them for you. So if you keep that in mind and be willing to work through the form fields in order to make that happen, it makes it a lot easier, and you're going to stop paying the beginner post. Because if you're boosting posts, you can't test your ads out in the same way that I was just talking about. The reason that we have all of our success with our ads and our clients' ads is because we are running out that testing process, and you can't do that if you're boosting posts. So my goal for you is, if you're boosting posts, is that we get you out of that and into Ads Manager, so you can really take advantage of the budget that you're spending on your ads. Now, I've been hitting this home with you a lot, but the third mistake that people make is what I call playing the lottery with their Facebook ads, where they do that. They get one ad up there and running. They come back to me after maybe spending $50 or $100 or maybe even thousands of dollars on their ad, and they come to me and they tell me Facebook ads don't work. And when I look in their ad account, I know instantly why their ads didn't work for them, and that is because they were playing the lottery and getting that ad up without running out a testing system. So when we're getting you started in that testing system, the first place that I want you to start in the testing is with your ad images. Now, ad images have an incredible impact on your ad results, and I'm going to talk more about how to find the ad images that are going to work for you in just a minute. But the reason that we do want to look at the ad images first is because if somebody doesn't stop scrolling, and I'm going to use newsfeed ads as the example here, the newsfeed ads are the ones that appear just like your friends and family posts in the newsfeed. If we don't get the image right in those ads, nobody's going to stop scrolling and even to come and read your ad long enough to know what's in it. So really, really critical that we get your ad images tested out first so that we can figure out what clients are going to respond to you for you. Now, we are getting in the top 1% of all the ad results on Facebook, and one of the reasons for that is our testing process. And the second reason for that is because we're building up our relationship with our clients from the moment that they see our ads. So from the moment they see our ads, we are letting them know a little bit about us, what we are about, what we're passionate about, and we're drawing them in through stories. So two reasons why we get the top 1% of all ad results: the testing process and those story-based ads. And I'm going to talk more about those in just a second. So I want to talk to you about how to predict the Facebook stock market, is what I call it, because Facebook ads do not work for everybody and in every business. And there's a few things that you want to have in place if you're going to be using Facebook ads. So my client Gregor, so I was just at a women's conference in LA, and I was speaking there, and there was an investment broker talking about, he managed people's funds, and he was talking about how he could get you a 12% return on your investments over the course of a year. And so when I got up and did my presentation, I got kind of a big hit. So this is Gregor, and he's 10 timesing his ad investment on the very same day he runs his ads. So he's paying $3.40 to bring, it's actually a little more than that, to bring in a $39 client on that same day. And so investing in yourself by investing in your Facebook ads can have an incredible impact on your life in terms of finances, in addition to fulfilling your life purpose and really getting you in front of the right clients. So first question I promised that I'd help you answer is, will Facebook ads work for you in your business? Number one thing, are your clients online? Biggest thing, I once had a off-the-grid coach come to me and wanted me to help him with his Facebook advertising. And I was like, I don't know, are your clients on the internet even? And he was like, well, no, they don't really have computers. And I'm like, sorry, I'm not going to be able to help you there. So 83% of women, 75% of men are on Facebook every day, but we really just need to take a look in your market and figure out if they're online. They are likely on Facebook. Even my teenagers who say Facebook sucks, it's for old people, are still on Facebook all the time because their school groups and their sports teams and all of those things are organized inside of Facebook rather than their favorite Snapchat or Instagram. And the other thing is that most of you probably know this, but Facebook actually owns Instagram. So we can also run Instagram ads through the Facebook platform in the same fashion that I'm talking about today. So are your clients online? Obviously a huge question that we need to answer. The other thing I get all the time about whether you can advertise to your clients is like, my clients are CEOs of companies, or my clients are high-level managers at companies. And granted, there are some other ways that we might advertise to those folks, but almost always those people are still on Facebook, and we have run very successful ad campaigns to those people because they may not be doing business on Facebook, but they are on there connecting with their grandkids or their kids or other business groups and that kind of thing. Second thing is, if you're going to be considering running your own Facebook ads, there's a few things that you're going to need to embrace about online marketing. We make Facebook ads the easiest way possible of filling in that online order form, but you're still going to need to be online doing a few things. We do all of our setup and management right through the Facebook platform. So there's a lot of less calculations and all those kinds of things that you're going to be needing to do. But you do need to embrace the fact that you're going to be using an online platform to run your ads, and we will not be boosting posts if you're going to dive into that. Now, this third thing that I recommend is that you do have a program, product, or service or a lifetime customer value of greater than $100. What I mean by that is your customers through the course of working with you should be spending more than $100 if you're just getting started and considering running your own Facebook ads. Now, the reason that I recommend this is because it cuts down your risks significantly with a slightly higher priced item. If you only have, say, a $10 book for sale, and we're bringing you in a client for $11 and you don't have anything else to sell them, you're going to be losing money all day long. But if you have a $10 book and then a $75 online program or product that you're going to be selling them, it can make all the difference in your profitability. So if you are going to be selling something that's significantly less expensive than that, you're likely going to want to get involved with an ad manager to manage your ads for you, because it is slightly more tricky. You have to be really on top of all of your conversions. But if you're selling something for over $100, that gives us a lot of leeway to get things working for you in your business. So we work with a whole variety of different industries. We work with clients who have online courses. We work with coaches, people who have products. I will say our specific types of ads that I'm going to be diving into in just a little bit are if you are building a relationship with your client. So for example, if you're selling pens, like generic pens, our style of ad is not going to be a fit for you. However, we have for a yoga client, she creates yoga clothing and yoga mats and those kinds of things. So we're building up a relationship with her clients around a yoga lifestyle. And so our types of ads work particularly well for her. And there's a distinction there. So we don't do commodity type e-commerce ads. Those types of ads are more difficult to run, and I don't recommend that you do run them yourself if you're brand new to Facebook ads. We also do ads for local businesses. So if you're looking to bring foot traffic into your business, or if you have an online presence and you're looking to start making sales online, those are definitely a fit as well. And lots of service-based entrepreneurs like lawyers and realtors and massage therapists and that kind of thing, because we're talking about building an ongoing relationship with people. So we can start that connection story to build the relationship. So some of our programs that we sell, we have a 3-day live workshop that we do at a bit lower price point than some of our stuff. And so we sell that directly online. So what I recommend for you is if you are selling something, if you're newer online, if you're selling something under $1,000, if you have more experience online under $2,000, we can sell it pretty much directly online out of your Facebook ad. So we can send somebody. We're not just going to send them to a sales page and say, hey, pay me $1,000, but we're going to get to know them a little bit and bring them in. You can make the sale without getting them on the phone with you in many cases, if that's the case. If you're selling something that's much more than that, so we sell our $19.97 package online, our Facebook Faucet program online, because I have a lot of experience online. So we sell that directly online. If you're newer, you don't want to go that high. But we also sell into our higher ticket prices. So I've been talking with a few of you who get people on the phone and you're selling into bigger packages, and that can totally work on Facebook, but you're not going to sell them. I'm not going to send somebody to an order form to pay me $24,000, right? I'm going to get them on the phone with me and I'm going to talk to them about what their needs are and how my solution might fit with them. So if you're selling something more than $1,000 to $2,000, you are going to have to get them on the phone with you, or have them, if you're a local business, come into your store or office in order to chat with them. And we also sell services. I know there's a few of you in here who do services, and that is totally realistic by booking phone conversations, consultations usually, and that's how we do that. Now, the second thing we say to predicting the Facebook stock market is you creating the right ads in your business. And we do that, like I've been mentioning, by positioning you as the go-to expert from the moment your clients meet you in your ads. So one of the reasons why we had such a hard time hiring a copywriter to write our ads for us is because I don't want you to have slick marketing copy in your ads. Our ads convert so well because they do feel very much like a friends and family post, like a personal friend making a recommendation to them through a story-based approach, rather than whacking them over the head with a fancy ad. Now, if you're selling pens online, you probably do need some slick marketing copy in there to get people's attention to draw them in. But we're talking about building up a relationship with them over a particular interest they have. So my yoga clothing, she's talking about building up the yoga lifestyle. She talks about affirmations and all of those kinds of things in her story-based ads. Now, Shannon sells she is from Fabulous Magazine. She sells a $22 subscription. So I talked with a few of you who are interested in doing affiliate products as well. And so what we do is get somebody in with the opt-in. So we get their name and email address. So they click on your ad, they give you their name and email address in exchange for a free gift. And then we move them through a process. So Shannon is selling the $22 subscription. She's bringing that client in for $5.40. She didn't have any other product at the time but she wanted to build up her list. So she was getting paid to build up her list so that when she did go to launch her online program, that she would have a list of people that she got paid to build it up on. So I'm going to get you in the right frame of mind here. How many people log into Facebook almost every day? Oh, lower than usual. A few times a week? Yeah, okay. Now, what do you notice about the Facebook newsfeed if you're going on there? You log in, you go sit down at your desk, you log in, you take a peek at the newsfeed or on your phone, and you step away for a minute and you come back to your newsfeed. In all likelihood, if you were reading a post, you would have to keep scrolling down and down and down to find it, right? There's all these new posts coming in, and part of that is there are a ton of ads. And so many ads, in fact, that you probably don't even notice half the ads that are in your newsfeed, right? They just go scrolling on by. And what we need to be able to do is have an image that's going to leap out at your clients, and ideally only your ideal clients, so that they would lean in and start reading your ad. Because we want the ad that's going to call out from the page, that your clients are going to feel somehow magnetically attracted to coming in and reading, so that they're clicking on your ad, they're coming to see what you have to offer, they're getting on the phone with you, and they're coming to buy your stuff. So I want to go into some detail now. How are we doing for time, Roger? I want to go into some steps now of what makes our ads so unique and different from many other things that you see online. And so we have a 5-step system for making that happen. So first thing is, one of the reasons why Facebook ads work hands down and are cheaper than pretty much any other platform out there is because of the targeting that we're going to be able to do. So we want to get your ads, in order to make your ads the cheapest possible, what we want to do is only pay to get your ads in front of your perfect ideal clients. Now, all Facebook advertisers, I would even go so far as to say, use demographic targeting for part of their ad targeting. So demographic targeting is like, how old are your clients? Are they men or women? Where do they live? Is it a local based? Is it international? Is it all of Canada? So that's the first type, is demographic targeting. Pretty basic. You guys can probably all figure out that piece on your own. The second piece to it that we do is what we call transformation targeting. Transformation targeting is all about the change that your clients want to have happen in their lives. What transformation are they looking for? So the transformation my clients are looking for is they want to have automatic client flow. They want more clients coming in. I have a weight loss coach. Her clients obviously want to lose weight, but even more so than that, they want to lose weight permanently, because her clients in particular have lost weight and gained weight and lost weight and gained weight, and she helps them keep the weight off permanently. So with transformation targeting, what we're looking for is places on Facebook where your clients are hanging out, where they've indicated an interest in that transformation. So for example, the first Facebook business page that came to mind for my weight loss coach was Weight Watchers. So anybody who's liked the Facebook page for Weight Watchers likely has some interest in losing some weight, right? And so that was the first place we started. Now we want to dive in deeper than that, because we don't just want to target people who've liked Weight Watchers. We want to have a whole list of places where they've indicated that they want to lose weight. So that's the first piece, is the transformation targeting. A lot of Facebook programs teach that. A lot of advertisers do transformation targeting. Now, where we take it a little one step further is with our personality targeting. So we're already getting it in front of the right demographics, the right age, the right sex, the right location. Then we're narrowing it down so people have actually indicated an interest in the thing that you offer. So the transformation, the promise that you're offering. The third piece of this is really getting it in front of the right people who have the highest likelihood of becoming your paying clients. So that's our personality targeting. For our weight loss coach, what her personality targeting is so important about it is the fact that she doesn't just help everyone lose weight. She has a very particular way she uses meditation and tapping and some different things, because she's all about the fact that the reason you haven't kept the weight off is that you need to change your mindset in order to lose weight. So her best clients have to have indicated an interest, or at least be open to some of that woo stuff. If we get it in front of people who aren't even open to that kind of stuff, they're not going to be her clients. So there's no point in of us paying to put her ads in front of those people. So with personality targeting, it doesn't really have anything to do with your particular business. It has to do with the type of client that you have. So you want to think about who your very best clients are and some of the factors that they have in common outside of the transformation that you're offering. So in the case of our weight loss coach, the first page that we started with was law of attraction. So her clients have also indicated an interest in law of attraction. Does that make sense? So we're narrowing down the audience pretty specifically so that she is only paying to put her ads in front of those perfect ideal clients who have the highest likelihood of becoming her clients. So the second piece to this is that we want to create ads that are really going to connect with your ideal clients. This is the secret sauce behind everything that's going to work. It makes you be able to write ads that are really going to convert at a really high level, even if you don't consider yourself to be a copywriter or a marketer. So many of you are in transformation type businesses where you offer a certain outcome for your clients, whether it's to sell a house, whether it's to be more productive, whether it's to make more sales, whatever that thing is, we're going to have a story around that transformation. So I want you to consider right now what your story is going to be that we're going to share in your ad. And we recommend 3 different types of stories. The first story would be a story about you personally, where you've achieved the transformation that you're offering to your clients. So for the weight loss coach, she'd lost 40 pounds. So she's achieved the transformation that her clients want from her. So that is the first type of story. And I recommend, if that is true for you, that that is the story that you choose for your ads, because Facebook is a social platform and your clients are looking to connect with people there. So if we can share your story there, it really starts the relationship off on a really great foot. And ultimately, they're coming to buy from you. So if we can start with that, it works very well. Now, if that is not true for you, if you haven't achieved the transformation that you help your clients with, the second type of story that you can share in your ads is a client story. So the success of a client. And when I say success of a client, I don't mean you say, Joey lost 40 pounds, yay. I mean like actually telling some pieces of their story around what they were struggling with, what happened for them, and how their life has changed since. So we're drawing in some of the emotional factors from the story. Now, if neither of those first 2 things are true for you, the type of story that you're going to use in your ad is going to be related, I recommend, to like a famous person. So for example, Oprah Winfrey struggled with losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. So if we can tell a story, a celebrity story, we can tie in an emotional response related to that people will also recognize. Now, the second piece to creating an ad that's really going to work for you here is the image that I was talking about. Now, the ad images are super critical because we have to get your people to stop scrolling in the newsfeed before they're going to read a single thing in your ad, right? So in order to get them to stop scrolling, we recommend 2 different, or we have several kinds of image styles, but the 2 I'm going to talk to you about today are images that are actually quite similar to what your clients might be seeing in their newsfeed. So in the bottom right-hand corner, what you're going to see there is an image, lots of scenery pictures people are posting that I went on vacation, and there's lots of faces, of course, on Facebook, people taking selfies or pictures on vacation or at this event or that event. And so pictures with faces in them or scenery in them work quite well. I especially recommend that you start with a picture of you and use that as one of your ad tests. So remember, I was talking about the very first ad test you're going to run is related to your images. So one of the first images that I recommend is that you have you in your ad image because clients, again, they are getting to know you. They need to know, like, and trust you in order to buy from you. And we want to start that process off really early. Now, the second type of ad image that I'm going to talk about today is something very graphical. And what that is very different from anything else that's typically showing up in their newsfeed. It'll stand out from all the other friends and family posts that are on there. So these are two of our sample ads in the bottom left and the top of ad images that are very graphical in nature that are going to pop out of the newsfeed. Now, the bottom left corner worked much better than the picture in the top. Can anyone guess why? Candy's always a dry-in. Yeah. So the color is really important to consider when you're creating your ad images. Now, the problem with me doing Facebook ads and the Facebook color being blue is that when I post up things about Facebook, I tend to blend in because everything on Facebook is blue. So the ad image in the top didn't do nearly as well, about half as well as the image in the bottom left, partly due to the color. You can see it has the same words on it, Facebook ad secrets revealed, but the image popped way more with the color. Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind to do really successful Facebook ads is the fact that people, when they're coming on Facebook, they are procrastinating. They're probably avoiding work. They probably have a bit of time to kill, and they're on Facebook just killing time. They are not on there looking for a solution necessarily to their So I wouldn't hop into the newsfeed and look for a Facebook advertising expert. I wouldn't keep scrolling through the newsfeed until I came across a Facebook ad expert. And so our ads need to take that into account. My clients come to Facebook with all of their problems in the back of their mind, but I need to draw them in. I can't whack them over the head with this ad copy that's really salesy, because if I do that, I'm going to lose them. I need to draw them in, let them know that I'm resonating with them, let them know I understand their problem so I can move them forward to a solution. If I could give you one tip that people do not get when they're writing ads for Facebook, this would be it, is that really think about the frame of mind your clients are in. They are not there looking necessarily for a solution to a problem, even though they're coming there with that. I already talked about the ads that 80 to 90% of the ads that you see on Facebook don't work. They're not profitable, so please do not hop into your newsfeed and copy those ads because you're going to lose money all day long. Now, the next piece is the insider ad secrets that Facebook offers. Now, I've already talked about Ads Manager. I'm not going to go into that one more. Two of the other ones that I want to talk about are the pixels and lookalike audiences. Please do not run ads without getting pixels installed. Pixels are this tiny piece of code. If you can cut and paste in a Word document, you can set up your pixels, but you're going to be wasting money if you are not getting the pixels set up. Now, pixels are very important for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons they're so important is that they allow Facebook to create what's called lookalike audiences for you, even if you don't have a list right now. So if we get your pixels set up properly, Facebook is actually going to go out in the whole Facebook world and find you your best clients. They have probably billions of pieces of data. I'm going to say millions of pieces of data on you in terms of each individual on Facebook, what we're doing on Facebook, what we're clicking on Facebook, and they have a great insight into who your clients are if we just give them the right information. So you want to get set up and started with those. We talked about boosting posts already, and we talked about the testing process that's so important. I gave you the first test that you're going to do, which is your ad images. The data coming back from Facebook is like gold for your business. Even if I couldn't bring in a single client on Facebook, like if there's some rule about that you couldn't bring in clients there, I would still pay to run Facebook ads because that data coming in changes everything about my business. I changed the way I talk to my clients. I changed the way I positioned my offers, all with this teeny tiny ad budget. It's about $30 per ad test that we can find out all this information. That is number one reason why Facebook ads can be so successful. I'm going to give you one example here. My client, Ted Bear, we got his opt-in page up. He had an opt-in page. He was getting an 18% conversion, meaning 18 out of 100 people would give him their name and email address when they came to the page. We ran a 3-day ad test, and out of that test, I could tell him exactly how to fix his opt-in page. The very next day, his opt-in rate goes to 52%. Imagine the difference that that can make on his business, it bringing in, you know, 3 times, not quite 3 times as many clients. Talked about the lottery already. Now, the last piece I want to talk about is the fact that with Facebook ads, not every ad is scalable. We want your ads to be scalable so that we can start with a tiny budget and scale you up to the income level that you want to be at, bringing in clients. One of the key factors that I'm going to give you on how this can work is that your audience size needs to be right. If you create an ad with the tiniest audience, it's not going to be scalable because you're going to run out of audience. The sweet spot for your audience, it varies a little by business, and it's different if you're a local business, but somewhere between 1 million and 2 million people if you're like a cross Canada or an international audience. So we want to have a big enough audience that your ad, once you get it tested and working, can scale out to the rest of the audience and still be profitable for you. So those are the 5 steps that are so critical. Couple things I really want you to keep in mind. The frame of mind your clients are in. So we want to come to the table with some story-based copy so you can draw them into what you're doing. And the second thing would be the testing process, that gold. I talked about Gregor already. Now, the other thing that's so critical to your success is the overall ad strategy that you come to the table with. So what I want you to do right now is think about the reason why somebody buys your paid program, product, or service. My clients buy my Facebook Faucet program because they want to create automatic client flow. My weight loss coach, they buy from her because they lose weight permanently. The key there is permanently. If we create your ads about that transformation of why somebody buys your paid thing for you, the people you attract with your ad are going to have a very high likelihood of buying your stuff from you. If we create the ad about something different, so I could create my ads around, I could talk about the stock market, right? With my ad copy, I could talk about 4 times in your money. That's going to attract me a whole different audience than if I talk about bringing in clients automatically. So we want to be really careful with that. So I have an invitation for you, thanks to Roger, to get started in Facebook ads. If you want to dive deep with me and get my support in helping to run your ads, we have a couple of different ways to do that. We do run agency style ads where we run your ads for you. But what I wanted to mention to many of you today, especially if you're just getting started with ads, or if you're running ads and want to start to see if you can get a bit better result, is our Facebook Faucet program, where we can help you create that unique strategy. Number one, so you're attracting paying clients. We can give you that system for testing out your ads, for creating ad images and creating copy with our cut and paste template to support you in getting results with your ads so that you can turn on what we call your Facebook Faucet and bring in clients automatically. Like my client Bonnie did, after we got that testing process, the initial testing process, which is 9 days, she started growing people on our list for 64 cents. So we just got those started with her about 3 weeks ago now. And she's adding people onto our list for 64 cents each. Now, 341 new people in 1 week doesn't sound all that amazing necessarily, although she was pretty happy about that. But this time next year, being consistent and bringing clients every day, 17,000 new people on your list. That's a whole lot of people that you can market your stuff to with a teeny tiny ad budget to get started with. So I do have an invitation for you guys to come and join me in our Facebook Faucet program, which is an online program where we show you all the steps that I've been talking about, finding your clients, creating your strategy, and writing your ad copy and creating your ad images. And this is the same team, our team that I use to train them on running ads for our clients. So we have the online portion, but I also have a very special bonus for you guys because I do have a live training series coming up in February, Tuesday mornings at 10. It's in beginning mid-February. 5 live coaching calls where you get to bring your ad copy, you get to bring your ad images, you get to bring the results that are coming in, and I help you tweak everything in those live calls on Zoom. And I have another bonus for you guys, our Facebook Faucet Live event workshop. It's a 3-day event where you show up and get my entire team support in getting your ads up and running and live. I love this event. My previous one was in Vancouver. The next one's in Phoenix. I likely will have another one in Vancouver later in the year though, for all of my Vancouver peeps. But this is an incredible training and I totally recommend that you take advantage of that. We have a special training program because a lot of the pushback I get about Facebook ads is, I don't know how to write an ad. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a copywriter. So we've created a special fill in the blank template and a training that you answer the questions and you come away with your ad written. So we're going to help you find your ideal clients through that targeting process I was talking about. We're going to help you write your perfect ad copy, find your ad images. So either to create your ad images or to just find ad images that are going to work for you and get your ads in front of thousands of your ideal clients. So normally we sell that online for $1,997, but we do sell them individually for the various prices you see in there. I bundle it all up for you guys online and in the room here for a very special price for VBN and Roger, where we will give you immediate access to that online program. You're going to get my personal help to help you get your Facebook ads up and rolling. And you can come out to any one of our Facebook Faucet Live events. We host 3 a year in different locations. As I mentioned, I will likely be back in Vancouver again in 2019, a little bit later in the year. So regular price, $1,997. That's what we actually do sell it for online. If you come in from one of our ads and go through our webinar online, that is what we sell it for. But for you guys here through VBN, we have a very special price for you guys. I've known Roger for a few years now, and he always wants to give you guys an awesome invitation. So $497 is what we sell. We'll do that package for you guys. If you're online, you can go to the link that's there. And if you guys are in the room, I have some forms for you that I'll hand out in just a minute. But I do have for the next 4 people that register, what we're going to do is do a special strategy with you guys where we're going to get you on a one-on-one call and do your overall Facebook ad strategy for you, where we're going to help you plan that out. Now, it's individual for everybody, but usually what clients work on that call is the actual overall strategy about what your ad is going to be about. But it depends a little bit. If you've already been running ads, we'll take a look inside your ad account to help you be more profitable there. So I would just invite you guys to come and check that out if you do want the support to get your ads up and running, to start testing out the language of how you're bringing in clients and all that good stuff. So thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Tammy. I have been to Tammy's 3-day weekend with Rod Jantz, the gentleman that many of you met last week, the podcaster, Rod Jantz. Rod is a marketer, and he was blown away. I was there to kind of keep Rod company, and I understood actually some of it. So I highly recommend that, and I know everybody else in the audience had a wonderful time. Tammy, thank you so very much on behalf of VBN. I'd also like to thank TELUS Business for supporting this workshop. TELUS Business is the fastest and most reliable pure fiber broadband network in Metro Vancouver.